Come in. We're getting a little weird in here. I did the thing where I did not. Okay, this is wrong. This should be. Okay, the camera. No, that's right. This droid. Where's the droid? Here, this one. That should be off. In fact, this one I should not be moving at all. In fact, I don't remember moving it. But that should be looking like this. Where it is just us. So, today, welcome, hello. Just in case, there's one person out there who was like, hey, I thought you were supposed to stream tomorrow. I was, but my boyfriend was sick for the past week, and so I've been like on the edge of like getting sick, and then yesterday it really caught up to me. I had a terrible headache. I had the beginnings of a cough, and so I just called it quits yesterday, and took a nap instead. So, which was nice. I did wake up at like 12 in the morning, and then didn't go back to sleep until like 6. So that's not great, but that's a different type of problem. So I am sad that I didn't stream yesterday, but I think it was necessary, and it's important to be able to have those boundaries already. Okay, so I left off the other stream talking about how I wanted to make a book nook from scratch, right? Okay, and I have like book nook / diorama, and I have a lot of ideas, and I want to make a lot of different ones. But my concern is that I don't want to get started on an idea that I'm really passionate about and that I really like care for, because it's going to be my first one, so it is inevitably not going to be very good. And there's going to be a lot of mistakes, and that's okay, but I don't want to make it in a diorama that I really care about, right? And so instead what I want to do is try to have just a more basic idea and develop that, so I can make a lot of the early mistakes in that diorama / book nook, and save myself the pain after that. So look at this. Does someone want a cat? He's just like right here, demanding to be pet. I'm not nearly as strict with him as I am with Percy, because he's just so much gentler. With Percy, you cannot give that man an inch, because he will take a mile. Anyways, and so it's okay. And so it is my belief that for these kinds of things, you really gotta plan it out, right? You can't just wing it, which is a problem because I'm a wing it kind of person. But I don't think that would be a good idea. And so we're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk about some ideas, and then maybe even start working on it. Decide on some measurements. I think in some ways I think I'm making it like 10 times harder. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So okay. So what I've decided to use is my tablet to decide on. I mean, to like design on, not decide. Should have cleaned it, you know. It's a little. Here, I'll turn up the brightness. Does that help? Not really. And I know I could probably like screen record this somehow, or like just project it onto my onto here, but that makes me a little bit nervous, so I'd rather just do this. Although, do you see just like the cat butt just in the middle of everything? This is just the world I have to live in. You know, there's people out there who have cats that mind their own business, who will maybe get a pet, maybe will ask for some food, and then they'll just go on about their day. Not me. I have cats that are needy and annoying as hell and have to be with you every second of the day. And I resent that. I'm just kidding, Pumpkin. I love you. Okay, and so I've decided that we're gonna do it. Okay, it needs to be relatively simple because let's be honest, I cannot do anything that is too complex or I will lose interest and I will not finish this project. So it needs to be relatively simple. I was looking up some ideas potentially like from real life because it's gonna be a reading nook. I think it would be really nice. The one thing is that I think I would like it to have a window because I think that would be really nice, and to make a window look realistic, I think you have to do like the image, and then that'll be relatively like translucent, the material that you have the image on, and yeah, no, where am I getting? I think I'm making this up. And then you have lighting in behind it. Maybe? I don't know. And part of me does want to do the, like the arch, you know, like a typical window that would be like, oh, wrong tool. Like that, you know, with like, oh, wrong. Like that, but disclaimer really quickly, I do not know how to draw. So I have a lot of skills, we can say, drawing not one of them. But I don't think this is the space for that. I don't know. I always go between both of them. I like a modern design, but I like a traditional, warm, cozy interior as well. So I always struggle between the two. But it's gonna be a reading nook. So I think, here, let's look at some pictures. Let me bring up Pinterest. I don't think I saved any. A greenhouse would also be really fun, but I feel like it might be a lot harder. Let me pull up my let's pull up Pinterest. Okay. Okay, so, if we look up a reading nook, I think these are really pretty. That's really nice. That's also really cute. I think with some plants would be nice. I should probably get some polymer clay. I have modeling clay, but it dries out, so I don't think it's good for this type of thing. I don't really know what it's good for, actually. See, it's because windows are so pretty. They just make it look so nice. I guess so it has some glow to it. Maybe that's why I'm thinking translucency plus lighting. I did look into a little bit of how to do like the electricity and the lighting inside a nook, a diorama, and I definitely feel confident I can do it. I actually had a project back in middle school for physics. And in middle school, I watched, I was just a WWE fan. And so we had a project for physics that we had to, because it was like on electricity. And so we had to incorporate, like, you know, I had to do like a mini diorama of something that would require electricity. I do not remember what my classmates did. I can assure you it was a lot more normal. But I did a WWE stage and ring. And I wish I had pictures. Because I bet it was really good for like all things considered. And it had lighting, and I think I probably had like music on my phone or something. I don't remember too much. My dad did help me with it though. But because what I did, I'm trying to remember. I think I had like because I had the whole thing in like there were the screens, the ramp, and the ring. Like so it included all of that. I don't remember where the lighting exactly was, but anyways. So I'm excited to do that. Back to the focus. Back to this. I think framing it would be nice. And it'll simplify it somewhat as well, because we won't have to worry too much. Reminder, I already have some materials for it. I think something like this would look really nice because it goes well with my white bookcases. I have the IKEA Billy bookcases you can see back there, just in white, and so I think something like this would look really nice. Maybe make it look almost like a built-in feature, where we can. What I mean by that is basically we would make this exactly to the size of whatever shelf we're building it in, and so like just right exactly, and then we would to soften any lines we would also do some what am I thinking? What's it called? On the edges? Crown molding. We would do like some molding like on the edges, so like right here, to also like help the transition, and then it would just be white. Yeah, it would just be white, and then until like on the edges, I mean, and then here it would be some type of arch, I guess, some type of framing inside, and with a window would look so cute. We have to do a window. Okay, I think that would look really nice. I do only have the one concern of I move my shelves around a little bit. So my only concern is if I move them around, like if it's supposed to be like, I just have to hope it looks good regardless. Like if it doesn't fit snugly between like the bottom and the top shelf, because I do have, it's because I need more bookcases is kind of the problem right now. But it's like, God, and I bet you they're more expensive now. You guys remember, prices have gone up, let me tell you. ¿Cómo están? IKEA Billy bookcase. Maybe, hopefully they're the same price. They were like $140 last I saw. Okay. They maybe even went down. Nice. Oh, okay. So it's nice. Oh, didn't they change them? Weren't they gonna do like a different style? Yeah, this deeper version is a great choice if you need to store larger books, files, and every other day items. Okay, yeah, this is new. With extension height. With bookcase with a height extension unit. Okay, focusing. Sorry, back to what we're doing. Okay, and so we'll do. So I like this. Hello. 140. That's outrageous for what? Oh, I thought that's how much a Billy bookcase was, but I don't know if I'm like thinking about it with the doors, because I got the glass doors that go with it, because I have cats, and I knew that they would like jump in there and probably, you know, like drop things and, oh, bookcase, yeah. Because it's only 110 for this, for the bookcase as far as we can see here. I'll show. This is the IKEA Billy bookcase because, you know, it's easy. How much are the doors? This is a big tangent, but I'm curious. They don't show the doors here. Well, it's not like readily. Okay, see, it's kind of like this one, if not this one exactly. It might be like this. It was 180, yeah. The only thing that's throwing me off is like this. I don't know if that means, because they have like slight differences between them, but no, but that looks like it's it. So they might be 180. Is that how much they were before? I just felt like they had increased in price. And I'm just saying because like I need more because I'm running out of space in my bookcases, which is a problem because I want to make book nooks. And if I make them, they're not gonna fit. But it's okay. Okay, so it's not like I have space to put it, but I'd figure it out if I bought one. You know what? I have to consolidate because I have 4 total Billy bookcases. That's not true. I have 6. What I need to do actually is organize my stuff. You see 2 right behind me. I wasn't even counting these. But that one's full of like music. So it has like vinyls and oh yeah, just vinyls and cassettes in the top one, and then it has the receiver in the middle, and then it has like my CDs and my vinyl player in there, and then behind these doors, behind those doors, it has some stuff to make soap, cold processed soap. So I need to put that somewhere else probably. Yes, big physical media person. And then this one is just a mess. This one needs to be sorted out. I don't know how. I need like baskets or something. And then because I have the 2 behind me, because like it's that one, and then the other one right there. Don't mind the Whataburger. But you can see it's full. It's pretty full. And then I have another 2 in my dining area, and that's full of yarn and like crocheted projects and half finished crochet projects. And then a little bit of materials. So, you know what? I think I just need at some point, if I consolidate and organize, I'm sure I'll have more space. And the ones with the yarn, they have half doors. They're half glass, half panel. But these don't have any doors. Well, actually, that one has a door. So, but this one here, we would do glass doors on this one. I would just get the glass doors, and we could transform that into another bookcase. Okay, great problem solving, guys. Okay, now, no, there's just no way. You know what? It's not 180. Sorry, I'm looking at this Billy bookcase here. It's because the one that we were seeing has the extra height, I think. No, this is, because what is this? This is 80 bucks. And how much can the doors possibly be? They're expensive, and you have to buy both of them. Like they sell them in singles. So like, oh, here I go. Yeah, it's 50 bucks. So it's 180. Never mind. Yeah, it is expensive. I don't remember how much they were. We bought them ages ago. You know what? We bought them like 2 years ago. Because we bought them when we moved here. So it's like a year and a half. And we all know all the shit that's happened in a year and a half. So I bet you a shiver. Dear home, so why do they sell them in singles? For easy customization, I guess. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Because yeah, for easy customization, because they have some bookcases that are like the width of a singular door, like this. And so since you're able to go in and like do buy them as add-ons, then yeah, it's a little weird, but yeah, but I see the vision. Hi, pumpkin. It's just so funny that he's just like sitting there on top of the desk while I'm just like yapping. Okay. So I think that makes sense. Let's go back to Pinterest so that we can decide on some more elements. Okay. What I'm really curious about here is how do you choose a size? How do we decide that? Let's see. Oh, that's really pretty too. Okay. I need to focus. See, because I appreciate this style. I just don't think it'll... I think I just don't want to live in it. And I don't think it would look very cohesive with my bookcases and my bookshelves. So I wouldn't want to do the whole like dark wood and whatever. Well, sorta. Well, dark wood. I think we'll do wood, but it would be at the very least like a light, like a birch or an oak at most. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That was a kid the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, this is Pumpkin. He refuses to not be with me. So here he must be. Usually I'd remove him from the desk, but it's not a big deal since I'm not actually crafting anything right now. Because usually he's in the way. But today, I'll be nice. And let him be there. Pumpkin is so cute. Thank you. Yeah, I know some people have cats that aren't as needy. And I'm jealous. I can't relate. Because I have 2 cats. Both of them are the same. In fact, if you watch any other streams, you will see me arguing with them often. I see now he's doing like the cute thing where he's like, he's using my hand as a pillow. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I move? That's my bad. How dare I? Okay. Okay. So now when it comes to measurements, 10-10 loaf. You hear that, Pumpkin? You scored a 10. Good job, buddy. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. I keep getting... Whoa, that's crazy. What even is that AI? That might be AI. It looks like it, yeah. Okay. I think something like that would be nice. So if we go on to the next page, we'll like, this will be like the exterior. I don't know how much is, no, I mean, I don't, let's just, I guess we can, that's not, damn. Other pumpkin. It's not rating. Okay. I don't know how well this is understood. I'll do a little bit of a better job. Okay, that's fine. And so that's the exterior. Now let's go into the interior. I think on the sides we don't really have to worry about it. Maybe we'll make some like some little like accessories, like the plants and baskets and things like that. But overall we won't really. Well, how big is it? It's because I don't think we'll have much space on the sides, especially if we have this like arch over it. This will block the sides a little bit as well. Or shall I do it that it's like a C, and so it's like bookcase just around the entire thing, and then with like some type of seating, and then think like plant, rug, and that's it. Oh, sorry, you can't see. So think like these are the walls. We're looking from a top-down view. Like I said, I'm not a drawer, but these are just well, yeah. This would be, I think a circle would be really nice, but that might be too whimsical. We'll see. So this would be like a window, and then this would be shelf, and then this would be seating. This would be plant, and then what did I say? Rug. Like that. And then I think, sure, why not? And now what we do, if we go back to our Pinterest, do we do something like this? Where we have our seating inside, like a bay window. I think that would probably be like the easiest thing to do. And it looks really nice. I really like this. Such a cute room. That's certainly a choice. I mean, I don't mind. Okay, sorry. No, we're not discussing interior decor. Not really. I'll keep going. Okay. Oh, Jesus. How am I gonna... Okay, so the thinnest piece of wood I have. It's because I'm thinking, how am I gonna make the arch? Oh, I guess... Ugh, I'm so dumb. Well... Because, of course, you just, like, cut it in. But to do, like, the walls, this isn't... It has some bend to it. Oh, okay. Oh. There we go. It has a lot more bend because the grain goes this way. And it has a lot more bend in this direction. Although, I kind of want to just cut a strip of it to see how much I can bend it. But it has some really good flexibility to it, so. Oh, this one's even thinner. Hold up. And these are pieces that I bought specifically for these types of projects. They sell them at like hobby stores. This was specifically bought at Hobby Lobby, one of the 2 stores that I have left at my disposal. Just need some. So you can see it's really, really thin. And yeah, this will work really nice to do the arches. That's nice. This was, it's balsa wood. It was $2.50 reduced. So that's pretty good. I can't see the measurements. But the width, like the thickness of it is 1/32 I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend. 1/32nd? 1/30. I mean, it's gotta be 1/32 of an inch by 4 by 36. So by 4, and then it's 36 long. And I got them in just different thicknesses, precisely for this reason, because that's what we're gonna use to make all of the furniture as well. Namely, like the bookcases. That's really most of the furniture is gonna be. I want to look into what different ways we can do baskets. I think I have like half a mind to try to weave one. I just don't know how hard that would be, so how realistic it is. But I think it'd be really fun. We could use this is something like a wicker basket, but I think that'd be a lot harder because I need to find like what do people use to make mini wicker baskets. And right? Oh, what if we just do strips of that really thin wood? Okay. And then for plants, I don't know. Okay, because I have sorry, I'm looking at the turf that that people like use for like train stations and other like to look like grass, and it's really nice, but it obviously, like when you think about plants, we're talking about like house plants. So like a palm, like a pothos, a I don't know, something else. And so it's not really so that won't be sufficient. And for this, I think we would have to use polymer clay. Yeah, right? I mean, I guess some people have made it out of paper. Yeah. I have some charms, some beads, but I think they would require painting. Let me bring them. Let me grab the beads. Can I? So these are all, especially like these are really tiny. I put them myself into this because I had it. And it came in a like variety, an assortment bag, and so I just took the time to separate them because I was bored. And I did this. So they're really nice. It would be okay, because they're just falling. Give me a second. Because they are, I need to get it in. There you go. Okay. So as you can see, they are very tiny. And they are translucent, so I think I would like paint them. They're very thick, so I'm not a big fan of that. But it could be a nice, easy way to do it if I struggle with any other method of doing it. I've never done any of these things before, so yeah, that's true. I was just wondering, like, because sometimes I forget about the projects I work on. It's just, it is very thick, that it's kind of weird. But I like the shape, and I like the size. I have a lot of different sizes, so I would definitely be able to make things work. Like we have this, which reminds me of the little Among Us plant that you can wear. This is ooh, good thing that was closed. I think this is really good. I think this is a pretty good one. The thickness is a lot more reasonable compared to its size. It is, again, translucent, but I think that one would work maybe really nice. And so I have tons of different sizes and shapes. So maybe we'll pull these out. I think I really like these as well for like a spider plant. If it were like to size, like if like IRL, I think I would think of this as a succulent, but if we paint it because of the shape, I think we could get it to be like a snake plant. Okay. I'll also look into polymer clay. Books. How are we gonna make the books? I think that I want to. I think there's a couple of different options. We can. The easiest one would be to try to print it on sticker paper. And and that would just be able to, you know, easily stick it onto a piece of whatever, anything really. I know people, it's because I know people use tons of different options. This is too thick. This is much too thick to be a book. So we wouldn't do this. Well, I mean, depending on the book, I suppose. And these are too square. Yeah, those are just too square. I don't think I would bother making it with like pages, because I think that's just too much work and a little bit nonsensical. I guess it would be, we would come back to this one again. I just got a bunch of different sizes to try to experiment. If I ever need more, of course I can just go back to the store and grab it. But what I can do is just cut a bunch of these to, you know, a certain set of sizes, and then not paint them. Well, I would paint them white, I guess. No, I don't need to. You won't even be able to see it. Right? Right. Okay, because now let's talk about the shelves. So if we do... Let me bring this. Sorry, pumpkin, we're gonna cover your little butt up. But if we do... where's the one we just saw? Yeah, something like this. I think this is really nice. Although, I don't know, the window's kind of boring, but I think it's fine. It's standard. Yes, a little bit boring, but it's simple, and we can try to do something a little bit fancier when we have more experience making things successfully. So that's what we'll do. And he has left. Everyone say goodbye to Pumpkin. And so if it's like the front, it'll be... Is everyone okay if we just copy this loosely? Basically, yeah, it'll just be... It'll be this, and then with, just... Oh, nope. With floor-to-ceiling bookcases. I try to grab it at an angle, and I am not successful. This will be the seating. Do we want to do arches here? Not really. I feel like that's a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. But well, I guess not really. You would just have to do the cutout, eh? I'll think about it. And then we could do just one here. Damn it. Bear with me. Bear with me. I know there is so crooked. Oh, well, I guess. Right, and then, well, actually this would be a lot thinner. Like so, with a window here. And I like to do a little bit more nicer detail, like give me a nice rectangular window. I guess just like something like this is fine. Or we could do a window on the, an arch in the, no, we said it would be nice and simple. So let's just stick to that. Like this, and then so it would be just books, 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 books. And then the same down here. I can't be bothered to draw every single one, so I won't worry about it. And then with, oh, I'm excited to just pick some, to do a little bit of sewing. And to make the, oh gosh, it's just so fun to make things. I have some of this, which will be perfect to just wrap it up in some nice fabric. And that'll be like the perfect cushion. I feel like I have actual foam somewhere. Like, sorry. It's a little cold. Okay, see, I have actual foam. I made a cat sofa, I crocheted a cat sofa, and gave it to my mother-in-law. I made two, actually, for Christmas. So I have a bunch of foam. And so, for example, for this piece, I don't need it. And so, like, yeah, you would just, like, cut this to size, and boom, you have, like, a nice, like, actual, like, cushioned thing or whatever. God, I'm so excited to make stuff. Okay, and so that'll be the window, with, of course, some, like, details or whatever that we don't have to worry about right now. I guess I'll just, to kind of illustrate some cushiony, I'll make it a little bit wavy. Something like that, with like an extra pillow here and here. Okay, and with, we'll do, I think like doors on the bottom would be nice. Doors or a drawer? Yeah, I think doors are nice. So we'll just put it into. It's not, I don't know if we'll actually be able to open these because, it would require a hinge. And there's ways to make, well, one, there are miniature hinges. I know that. I don't know if they're this small, but I know they exist. And I know that there's ways to make them. Actually, we could probably, because we could probably, I'm thinking, if you, the way that you can make a hinge really easily is if you have like your wood, right? And basically, if you just make a hole, like right in here, and then you just put a small piece of wire, and then you make a hole on whatever's gonna be like holding it. So think like this. Then that, like, as long as the wire is relatively firm, it should be able to open fine. So we can make them openable, if that is a word, and if not, functional will suffice. Okay, great. So that'll be the back. And then for the sides, I don't know how much space we would have. I need to see, I think I need to actually start doing the hard part, which is the measurements. The part I'm not excited for. I'm terrible at spacing, okay? I am terrible at so many things that this is not gonna go well. But, I think I'll get a ruler. I think I'll decide on I'm trying to look at my bookcase to see like where I would like it to go and decide on a size from there. Because I think I want it to be relatively slim is the thing. I don't want it to take up too much space. Which will be really hard if it's like, if it's supposed to have two, well, I guess that these don't have to be very big. Oh, right, we said it would like go, we said there would be wall-to-wall bookcase. Because it doesn't have to be completely full of books. We'll make cute little knickknacks. It's like some, like, small plants. Like shelf plants instead of like floor plants. What other cute knickknacks can we do? A little terrarium would be really cute. It would be so cute. What else? We'll see. Okay. I think it'd be really, really nice if we do, oh, like, a cute little, oh my god, a cute little basket with, like, crafting stuff. Adorable. Okay, now I want to get, okay, focus. Okay, we'll just, on the sides, it'll be more shelves, and then with books and knickknacks. That's it. That's the position. Okay, and so let me grab, I think this is a good size. Let me grab something. It's right there. I'll be right back. This is so heavy. Okay. I need to put these somewhere. There were books inside, who knew? Okay. So this is the case that a box set that I got for Christmas came in, which is like illustrated version of Harry Potter, the first 3 books. So this was given to me ages ago. I think like Goblet of Fire had like recently come out in this version. So, look, that's so cute. Flourish and Blot. Get it because it's a book. Okay. And I think this would be a really good size because if you can you see? The illustrated versions are like a lot bigger than a normal book is. Most books would probably be just a lot shorter than this. And so this is a really good size. Depth-wise, this is too small. This is way too small. Because it's so tall. It has to be at least like another half of this. Okay, I don't know where my ruler is, but I do have my measuring tape, so this is about 4 inches wide. The interior is 3.5 inches. I think it would have to be like at least 4.5, 5. Ideally, it doesn't have to be divisible by 3 because we can make the interior a little bit wider. If we were to do, Jesus, but like 1 inch would be so small. Like if this literally measured 1 inch, well, I mean, it's not too far off. It's like, oh, that's okay. I know how to do this. Guys, trust? Trust me? Damn it. Oh, I need to be like a lot higher. Okay. So it would be about that big, literally. Like that big. Well, that's actually not that bad. But my problem now is that it is very tall. Because it would be 1 inch. I think we could do at least another half. And then it's on total it's like 11 inches and that's 2, 4, 6 18ths, 16ths, and the inside is 10, no, sorry, well, yeah, just 2, is that 32 or 16th? I can't remember. Of almost to 11 inches. That is not how you measure things, by the way. You're like, yeah, no shit. You don't say. I think this might be too big. I think I would want to go down. I'd be happy to go down to 10 inches. To make something like here's the thing, because the interior could be like the walls could be 10 inches tall, and then with the crown molding it would add like another 1/4 inch. Why not? We would have to have a base, right? Well, so I know I'm looking off into the distance, but I'm picturing it. I'm picturing it in my head. Because I think, so, see, I need to learn how to draw. Because what I'm picturing is, so this is the bookcase, right? And we have one bookshelf there, and then as in like the actual shelf. Sorry. We have one shelf here, one shelf there, right? There's books, books, books. You get it. You know how bookshelves work. And so we would have it, let's just say in the middle for funsies. And so it would basically be like this, right? And so like here you have books, yeah, probably about there. Or even just in the same. Oh, you know what would be a really fun one to do as well? God. I thought about it actually very briefly when I was like half asleep. I thought about doing a forest one where it would be, I guess, kind of like Twilight themed, but it doesn't make too much sense. But it would be very simple. It would just be like a forest. But now I'm thinking to make a Fablehaven one would be really nice. But how the hell do you make a Fablehaven one? How do you force perspective in that way? I'm saying, I think you could do it. I don't think I can do it because this would require some amount of knowledge. So if you don't know Fablehaven, it's about kids who go stay at their grandparents, and it turns out that their grandparents are actually caretakers of a magical preserve. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's an amazing story. And it's been, people are trying to make it, and by people, I mean like the author and some people that he's working with, they're trying to make it into a movie. And so there's been like a lot of marketing towards it, like a lot of making like cute little videos and content and whatever. But it's also just a story that I genuinely adore, that I read for the first time when I was 11 years old, ages ago, the first time I was in Houston, which is where I currently live, though I am not from here, and I have the books on another bookcase, like on the one that's next to, on that way, but they're there, and I have the original covers, because respectfully, the new one's not a fan. But anyways, so Magical Preserve, right? And there's this like supposed to be like this really big gate, and they have now this because of the movie, they have this new branding sort of thing where it's like an F and an H, and it works really well. But now I'm thinking, and this has absolutely like nothing to do with what we're supposed to be doing right now, but it's a great idea. So much should do it. I think if you execute it like well, it would be so cool. Where this is, so we have the book nook thing, and then here at the very front, which would be closest to us naturally, you would do the gates. So gates are like very, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Gates are supposed to be very, well, it's magical, you know, and old because it's magical. So it would be very grandiose. Okay, maybe not that grandiose. I need some space to work with here. Let's call it there. So this is like a gate. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to draw. And then, and so like at the very entrance you have, there's like, I just trust. Just don't worry about it. And so it would look a lot better. Trust me, if you actually like did it and don't just, if you don't have to just rely on my illustrative skills. And so like in the very front of it, it would be the gate, right? And then just like to the sides. But then through forced perspective, meaning by literally changing, working as much as you can with the depth of the space of the bookcase that you have, you would make things intentionally bigger in the front because it's closer to you, and then you would get a lot smaller like very quickly, but as gradually as you can to really make it somewhat believable, and where you would make it some type of pathway, and then up is what I imagine, because I think that's the only way you can do it in this type of situation, where you would make like a pathway. So if this is, it would have to be, it would start out wider, and let's go with pink, because why not? It would start out wider, like right here, and then it would very quickly like just go, I don't know, like that. Let's call it there, and then kind of like that, and then It's just a pathway. And then you have the house here. And it's like a really nice detailed house. It's going to be so tiny. But then like you would have the house here. And so, and then you would have, it's just like a bunch of trees. But to scale. Like I said, you do you get it? Do you get it? Is this making any sense to anyone? And so the trees would basically be like quite big here because, you know, they're closer to you, and then you would just make them like smaller until they're like really to size here. I think this would be really nice because, well, it's because I like the gate, but then also, if we wanted to do something a little bit more simple than this, what I would do is I would have still the gate because I can't let go of them. You love a good gate that leads into magical lands. But what I would do instead is that we have our book nook opening, and what I would do is one of them is closed, but then the other one is ajar. Would it be smaller or bigger? Smaller. So it would be like maybe not even that big. And I think it would go not me trying to learn how to draw like right now. This is not the time, Vanessa. So it's like this is okay, so it's inside. And then this would be woods, like really good woods though, like so like very very nicely done with like with lots of trees and but also still like a pathway that like weaves into the woods, and then trees, and then right here, and this is a design idea I had ages ago. By design idea I mean like when I thought of like potential merch that I would have liked to have, this is something that I came up with back before like anyone cared, including them. Sure. Then here in the center, and this will be unfortunately something that I can't really, this is just a if you know you know kind of thing, but here in like in the middle of the road, which would, oh my god, I have to make this because it'll be so much fun. It'll be making just a bunch of trees, but it'll still be fun. Actually, trying to figure out how to make the gate would be really interesting. We can make it out of wire. Well, no, that would be too much. We'd have to make it out of, well, we could do both. We could make like the structural parts out of wood, but then when we want to get into like the details, like any type of spiral or design, we could make it like out of jewelry wire. And then if you just paint everything the same color, it'll be mostly fine. Okay. But then here in the on the pathway, you would get a book. Well, that just says drink the milk. And that, sorry, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. But you should, because it's a really good book. I really recommend it. Okay. And I think in a lot of ways it's better than Percy Jackson. So there, I said it. Okay. Going back to what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Back to this. Okay, coming. Okay, so sizes. Right. Remember, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I think this will be fine if we just do 10 inches, and let's do a different color so that's very, so that you can distinguish it better. And then when it comes to the width, okay, Okay, so I do think each one is 1.5 would be ideal instead of just 1 inch. So like each of these would be 1.5 inches, which would make this ideally 2 inches. And then this would be another 1.5. For a total of, make it 5 inches, so a 5 by 10. How do you feel about that? A 5. Is this 5? That's about 5 right there, and then it would be 10 inches. So it would be literally this width that you see with the page there, but it would just be taller. Oh no! Oh, I'm breaking it! I'm breaking it! I can't break it. It was my Christmas gift. And then so for lengthwise, it would be about there. So from where the actual, oh, you can't even see it. It's so big. It's so big. You can't even get the whole thing. Don't worry about it. Basically about this big, from here to here. Okay. I think that'll be fine. Thinking if I wanted slimmer, I could knock off a 1/2 inch by going, doing 1.5 here as well. No, there's no point. A 1/2 inch is like nothing. So we'll just keep it there. Okay, so now we know what the, now we know what the sizes are looking like. On the structure of it, we can talk about the, or at least for this, when it comes to depth, I think this is about as steep as they go. I can always verify by looking at the Billy bookcases. They'll give me the dimensions there on depth. It'll be 10 inches. Yeah, we can see that here. So we'll make it just another 10 inches deep. So when we talk about like this here, this will be 10 inches. This will be 10 inches. And then this will be 5 inches. Like so. Okay. And so now we know the sides, which will also be, I don't remember what I was getting at in this one, but we'll delete all of that so that I can, so that we can talk about the sides really quickly, which will probably just mirror on both sides. So we'll design one and then just mirror it on the other one. So what we'll probably do is I don't really want it to be, because remember, this is the side. Okay, so this is like here. So we have the back, side. And what I really don't want it to do is, I don't want it, I think, to come like all the way to the front, the bookcases that is. I think I would rather it, I think if we just make it, I don't know, like halfway, it's 10 inches. So we just make it go out 5 inches and then break it up with like a tree. A potted tree. Palm. Then, or another type of, I'm trying to think of what other interior, like, decor, a cat tree? Kind of interior decor thing. You could like break up make the transition easier from like the bookcase to nothing. And that isn't a plant. We don't need to. A plant is perfectly fine. Okay, so it would be, if this is the side, so think, so this is supposed to be 10 inches here, right? So we would make it go to just the, let me get white, doesn't quite exactly look half, so let's move it about there. This will be 5 inches. And this is bookcase, bookcase, bookcase. Bookcase. Almost like one more here. So here's my problem. I'm doing this, this isn't to scale, right? Like, it's not like I'm, well, I could actually, sorta. If I just took like the IKEA sizes and just brought them down to scale, which I don't want to do. Okay, my point is that, this is, yeah, this, isn't this winging it in some ways? Because my concern here is that when I get to certain parts, that I am not doing them, to scale within these dimensions, meaning, this isn't based on like anything solid, right? This is just how I want it to fit and whatever. But when I started filling it up with things inside, oh, a carpet, you could probably, sorry, no. I'll rug, just make a note for that, rug, cross stitch. Okay, my concern is when it comes down to like making the books, making the plants, making, oh, like another, like a stool would be nice and things like that, that it'll be off because I don't have anything to, like go by, like any measurements. I mean, I'll just have to kind of guess, and that's a concern because that'll make things look bad. If you look at dioramas and things look off scale, like things look like too big for a space or too small, it just makes things look bad, and you don't want that. So this is like one of my biggest concerns right now, but I think it's just like when you see people making dioramas, you don't see them going like, okay, this is how, like, you don't see them deciding on how to make the sizes for anything. They just make them. You don't see how they make the choices. Sorry, I just randomly started scrolling. By accident. Okay. Okay, rug cross stitch. I was thinking that maybe like a cross stitched rug would look good because it would look woven. It's because I was thinking that most rugs are woven. I'm not gonna weave a rug. I would, but I'm not gonna. There's a mini one that DMC sells, you know. A mini weaver. Loom. A mini loom. Sorry, that's what it's called. Okay. And then, okay, it has to be a little bit bigger than this if it's like that. And then this would be like a big plant. A tree. I'm making this one because it's the easiest one to make. Literally, as in I have flock for it, so I can just glue it to like real branches. I could literally just grab a branch from outside, glue some green flock to it, and we got ourselves a tree. It's a little unrealistic because we don't typically have these inside our homes. But it's the easiest one to make, so this is just what we'll go with for now. And then just in here, books and knickknacks. And generally speaking, that looks pretty big, doesn't it? See what I'm saying? Now I'm like, that looks too big. But also, what other plant would we use? Monstera would be really nice. I think it's so funny that we always keep our plants and our books together, but they need literally opposite things. Like, actually, though, keep your books away from moisture, from direct sunlight, from water, from, that's pretty much it. Like, your books need to be shaded, they need to be in a dry environment, they need to not get wet. Okay. I think this is as much planning as I should do. I think from here on out, we can wing it. Okay, so we have 30 minutes left of this stream. I scare so easily. I don't know why I'm like waiting for something to happen to like attack me inside. Now it's centimeters? That's crazy. Why would you write this in centimeters? Oh, sorry. It has inches right above it. Okay. It's because I was thinking, okay, I think we have enough time to like cut out and measure everything, like at the very least the box, but we kind of don't. Because, well, we have time, but we don't have some materials. I need something relatively sturdy. This is only, this is 1/4 of an inch thick. And, but then it also has, it's 4 inches wide and 36 inches long. So we would have to cut it lengthwise just to get to the 10. And this one, it feels it's just too, this one would be better because it's 6 inches wide, so we could just cut it off, which is fine because we can use those scraps for something else. But it's really thin and flimsy, and we would be using this to make the case, right? So yeah, just look at their case. I don't know. And this is not sturdy enough for that. So I don't know what to do. It's do we make it 8 inches deep? No, it's too little. It's 2 whole inches. Well, and then we run the slight risk. Well, actually not really. Sorry, I'm thinking. Cause you also have to consider the seams. But I don't think actually the seams would be that much of a problem. Cause it's 1/4 of an inch. This might be even too big. Because we need maybe just a happy middle. Are these the only pieces I have? I think so. And that was a concern. That this is what it would come down to. That would be like, oh, this is too thick. Oh, this is too thin. I need something in between the two. But like, I can't buy everything as much as I want to. Because this is 1/8, this is 1/4. So it'd be what, 1/6? Give me that one. 1/6 of an inch. Is that a thing that people make? Okay, I think we're just gonna move ahead with this because I don't have anything else we could do right now for 30 minutes. So it is like we said, pretty thick. but it's also supposed to be like soft wood, which is why people typically use this for dioramas. Balls of wood, and what else do they call it? I can't remember. But we'll bring out our cutting mat to not destroy everything underneath, which I usually do. We'll try using just this for now, and if that doesn't work, I'll try bring out my actual bigger heavy duty cutter. And does anyone know where my ruler is? No? Yeah, me either. I don't remember where I put it. I mean, I guess I can use the ruler in here. It is in inches. Oh, but to make a straight cut. Okay, no, I need to find it. I don't know where it is. I have like the giant one. I have this one. Should I use that? The measuring stick? Don't you just want to whack someone with it? I get it. I get it. I wouldn't, but I get it. This is silly. No, I can't use this too. I have half a mind to make it out of cardboard, but I really, really don't want to do that. Although, it is our beginner one. And if you cover it up with like shelves and stuff, you're not even gonna see it. Does anyone see a problem with this? Any foreseeable issues with making it the case of cardboard? Yeah, I can't. I really don't want to make it that way. Okay. Let me check. This is what I get for crafting everywhere, all over the place. Let me check my stuff over there and see if I left my ruler. Anyways, it was where it was supposed to go. It was where I put it, where I store it away. But because I never stored things away when I'm done with them, I didn't think it would be there, and I didn't even think I should check. And that's why. Whatever. Let me see. Oh, these things make it so much easier to cut everything. Okay. And then it is right here. Well, I'll mark it. It's really is very soft. it's giving me a hard time right here. Everything else is pretty much... Okay, there we go. We got our first panel. And I'll just have to do this. 10 by 5, right? We said 4. I'm thinking of how, because we need to make wall, wall, floor. And our walls are, I need sticky notes. We need to make wall. Oh, so it's 2 of these, and then 1 of the back, and then 1 floor. Wall, back wall, and then floor. And then the wall is it's 10 by 10? Yes. That's 10 by 10. The back wall would be 5 by 10. And then the floor would be 5 by 10 as well. Yeah, okay, it's because the thing that gives me pause is that the depth and the height are the same. So that's why it might look a little bit wrong, but it's not. Okay. And this is 36 inches. So regardless, I'm going to need more. So hopefully I can find something that measures closer to the exact sizes. So either 5 inches or 10 inches wide, so that it is that much easier to cut. Although I have to make note somewhere in my notes, preferably, that I have already started making it out of a thickness of 1/4 of an inch. Can I add one up here? Nope, okay. Well, I'm just right here. Note. Already cutting. And I'll buy what I need tomorrow. Tomorrow I don't stream. I won't stream again until Friday. Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so we'll spend the whole day there building. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't typically do anything. I don't do other stuff on weekends. Except whatever, like, actual crafting we're doing. Because sometimes I'll do a little bit of gaming, sometimes I'll do, like, politics or, like, physical media, like, vintage, whatever. But unless it's, like, a big project, I only do big projects on the weekends. Because we start at 7. So we'll do it. We have, like, 6 hours to kill. 5 to 6, it depends. Already cutting pieces. Out of 1/4 inch balsa, because they do have actually different woods as well, so it's important to note. Okay, and so I'll also, once I finish cutting some more pieces, I'll also make note of exactly what pieces I have to know how much more to get. And I'm afraid I don't exactly know what else I'll need by that point, but we'll see where we end up after this. Well, I guess I can... This is so soft, like I could make it dent with it with just my pencil. But what I want to do is... I start at 11 and mark it at 1 because I don't actually know where the where 0 is. Like I don't know if it's at the start or if it's like a little bit in front of it. I don't know. It's already faded. I should buy a new one. A lot of it is faded, but here we are. Once again, it's giving me trouble in that same spot. Yeah, I didn't want it to do this. It kind of just like messes up the ending, but whatever. We'll make it better. It is at an angle, but I'll just sand it down to make it a little bit more flat. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see it's at an angle there. It's like that. Yeah. And so now this is, this would be 8 by 10, which means I need another 2 inches to make a 10 by 10, and that would be 1 wall. Jesus, okay. Okay, then we'll just do, this is 10 by 4. Okay, so instead I'll just get 1-inch strips from this, actually. From this, add it to these, and then they'll be 5 by 10. And those will be the 1 wall and the floor. And then I'll just get another, hope I can find a piece that's 10 by 10. I mean, that's 5 or 10. Just, I know it's a lot of numbers, but that is that I can just cut a lot easier to make it the walls on the sides. Just trust me. We're figuring it out. Okay, so actually I'll leave these two alone, and I'll cut a. It needs to be. These are already 4. Because right now these are 4 by 10. I need walls that are 1 by 10 does not make me very comfortable though. Like to have a seam that's like 1 inch in. I guess we put it to the back where we'll glue things. Because my concern is it's a structural one. Because I need, this needs to be either 5 inches or 10 inches. And so I need to add onto it. And if I do this one, we get up to 8. So I would need another 2 at least. This is a lot deeper than I'm thinking it is. 10 inches? That doesn't feel very... Someone bring me a book. This is a little bit small. This is the... This is what we're looking at here. This is how tall it would be. Oh, but we're thinking about a base. You know what? I'd be happy to make a base of a thicker than this. Or just raise it. To add some height to it. But the interior, I didn't want it to be too high. Because it's not going to be very wide. It's only 1 more inch on top of this. So it just really, really isn't. Oh, but it would just be 1 wall, and then it would be the floor, the other 5 by 10. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, well, we'll just go for it. We'll do another 10, and then I'll have to cut it in half, and then another again in half to get the 2 ones I need. And then I'll just need the 2 walls. And I'll try my best here to cut at a right angle. Sorry, I move it so it gets out of focus. Alright, cutting from it. What I'll actually do now is just kind of flip it over and do it on the opposite side. So that, yeah, this happened. We're fine. I'll get a bigger attachment for the next cut. Yeah, for some reason here, like, right in, well, yeah, right in this part, it looks a little bit, nah, it doesn't matter. It just gives me a hard time there. Like, it's like a little knot there or something. Okay, but that one's a better angle. So, this is the 10. Okay, so this one, I'll cut, I'll use the bigger one to start. And that's it. That's as much as I know to do. And so I'm cutting out 1 inch pieces out of this to make these 5 by 10. And so in theory, this should be a little bit easier to cut because I'm going along the grain. I feel like that's not... It's not 1 inch. No, it's like there. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, Jesus. I'm so going off the... Oh, God. No! It doesn't want to follow. There we go. Okay, that was a lot easier to cut, but also a lot harder. You can see some, it just wanted to go wherever it wanted to go. But so much easier to cut, all things considered. Okay, and let's just do, I'm so silly. I like using the other, doing it in the opposite direction, as if this doesn't have also. Okay, about there. I'll start slow here because I need to make sure it's following the ruler and not going wherever it wants. And we'll go a little bit deeper, still making sure to follow the ruler. And let's go all the way. There we are. Nice, easy, clean. Sure, why not? Okay, and now we have what would be, that is rough. There is a bit, why does this not even feel the same thickness anymore? It's just the angle. So because of the angle, oh God, this is why people use like miter saws, by the way, because this is terrible. Because of the angles of where I'm cutting with this, it's not gonna, it's a little bit wonky. I very much do not like that at all. It's very much bothering me. But I will glue these together and hope for the best. I need wood glue is what I need. Well, I'm gonna go, I'll buy whatever else I need to keep working on this tomorrow. But basically, this is the size of it. This is how deep it is. This is how wide it is. We would have our, walls. Oh, well, sorry. Like, cause like this is the wall, like here. Like so. And then, we have our wall here, and then we have our wall there. And, like, that's what I still need. And so these are, our walls would be 10 by 10. So that would be just flat out squares. And we also need a roof. Okay, see, we're learning already. It does in fact need a roof. Something I had not previously thought of. So we will be taking care of that. Okay. So we'll just finish off the stream by making our notes on the cuts that we have. So I have our floor that is a 5 by 10. And I have cut pieces of a floor, and I have the back wall. Okay, that's a terrible back wall. Okay, which is also 10 by 5. And then I have this piece that we'll just use for whatever else comes up. And now I know what pieces I have, what pieces I'm missing. So like I know I need the walls, need walls and roof. And now I know when I go shopping for the pieces, I know what what thickness they have to be, and I know what material. Oh. And I know what material I accidentally triggered the camera with the pen. What material they have to be as well. And so, that'll be really useful to have. I'm just using Samsung Notes. This will automatically sync to my phone. That is a Samsung Note. That's not a phone anymore. I had the Note 10 though, ages ago. When that was a thing. No, I have the Fold, sorry, with my Samsung Fold, that I need to upgrade because this is what we're using as a second camera, and it's pretty nice. I just recently found out that it will in fact focus on something new, even when you're using it like this. So who would have thought? And which is really important because I would like you guys to be able to see. So I need to get some glue. I need to get more wood. I think we can. Some stains would be nice. Do we do stain? Do we do paint? That is the question, isn't it? Wood filler. I do actually believe I have wood filler, and so that's what we'll be using once we put these two together. We'll also make sure to fill in any gap with wood filler to make it nice and seamless for whenever we put anything on top of it, it does not create an issue. Like whether it's wallpaper, whether it's paint, I just do not want the seams visible because it'll make everything ugly. And but it's a nice start. We'll also get started on making the built-in bookcases and seeing the dimensions that we want for that. And so yeah, so I think that'll be good for today's stream. Honestly, I'm a great procrastinator, so I'm always surprised when I actually do things. And today we designed most of it. We really made decisions, and which is the first step. And we have an idea of more or less of what it's going to look like. I also know to buy white paint because we'll be probably using that. Oh, that's what we're going to do on the exteriors. We'll see what from then on. That I don't really know much about the interior designs yet. It would be nice to use some prints for some like printed paper for the interior. Make a little bit maybe bold to do. Well. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. You can also think about it. Leave some suggestions down below. As if this is a YouTube video. Sorry, I did YouTube for a while. Not successfully. But I did do it. I got used to being able to like, oh, leave your comments down below. That's not how this works. You actually have to show up now. But thank you so much for stopping by, for sticking around. Please consider following if you want to keep seeing along the progress of making this book nook, but more importantly, of learning a new skill to make even better things, faster and nicer, which is what I'm looking forward to. This is still fun too, don't get me wrong, but I am excited to get to the part where I already know stuff and can do things successfully. But yeah, I multi-stream, so if you ever see me talking to someone and you don't see anyone in chat, it's probably in a different chat. I am in fact not going crazy. I multi-stream across YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, so whichever platform you prefer, you can probably find me there as VMakes. Once again, yeah, I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that'll be a longer stream. We'll be around for about 5 to 6 hours, depending on how things go, and just like how successful I am at making things then, and if we don't run into any snacks. But at the very least, it'll always be about 2 hours. I try to not to stream less than that. So hopefully I can see you then. Once again, thank you. I hope you guys have a good night or a good day, depending on what side of the world you're on. It is 1 a.m., so it's very possible that you're in a different country. In which case, hey, happy weekend. Last day of it, right? Oh, wait. Would it be Saturday for you guys? No. Yes? Yes, you're like 7 hours ahead, not a whole day. Right? Probably. Anyways. I hope to see you guys soon. It is late. I need a drink. I need to go. But yeah, I hope I can see you guys in the next one. Okay, so goodbye, good night.